Greetings, my fellow Legionnaires. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Biotech. We are Legion. Episode 37, Blaze Maze. So I picked Turtle to piss off the waste pack infestation because he can leap out, and he's also very, very fast and has dark vision, so the darkness doesn't affect him. Rexy is going to be ready for the Molotovs in case I need a fire trap. And oops, that should have been opened. So let's close this door and then equip the Molotovs. Now the raid is all brawlers, which is for better or for worse, a little tricky. That probably means our Diabolus is going to have to get in there and get flame on, you know? We'll see. Alright, so the fire trap now has a valid path all the way into my base. And Rexy is standing and waiting to start lighting the thing on fire. Waste pack infestations have been triggered. And all I have to do is jump to drop myself as a valid target. And now these waste packs are promptly heading to the Neanderthals. Lovely. What blew up here? Oh, a boom rat that was in the wrong place, wrong time. Rip Boomy. Alright, taking a look at the bugs. They're doing an awesome job. Completely awesome job. Rexy is waiting, but doesn't really have anything needing to do at the moment. Turtle's almost back to the main group. Speaking about the main group, they are having a little bit of a fiery light show here, so that works for me. And it looks like you guys want armor. Okay. What armor to make? Helmets. So I'm gonna say cataphract, helmets, or locust armor, or both as sets. I know, lots to vote on. Alright, so the North group is fleeing. I'm going to send them back in. This raid party won, but probably at such dear cost that they're going to bleed out before they even get to my base, leaving me only a third of the raid left to deal with. Only one survived out here, and he's dead in an hour, so there's not going to be prisoners from the northwest grouping. Yeah, I don't think this raid party is going to survive long enough to even be a threat to me, because most of them are bleeding pretty fatally. So it's really just this group here, and that's... I've already taken out 85 brawlers in one go, so 29 brawlers is not exactly doomsday for this colony. Plus, I now have a War Queen. I'm not using the War Queen unless I have to, because it comes with cost. It costs steel, so... I'm trying to be economical about this fight. Tarmarin, did I preach health? I did. Okay, good. just Edekin heals slow. While we're waiting for them, let's repair. And I'm not going to have Rexy... Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and try to do the fire maze, because it only costs wood to reset, which is relatively inexpensive. So you can see its effectiveness. Even though, keep in mind that like I'm lighting this thing on fire late, that for it to really work well, you need to light it on fire beforehand, so that you start stoking it. But you can see how I have these doors that gives me access to be able to move around and set the maze on fire very, very fast and effectively, as long as he throws correctly. And it looks like you guys want me to manufacture both his sets. Got it. And that's probably enough. I don't think we're gonna need more than that. So drop those Molotovs. Haul that to... Oh, you don't do hauling. Okay. So what ends up happening here is they catch fire and they double back and they flee, and it's a perpetual cycle of them entering and fleeing, entering and fleeing, entering and fleeing. The maze is already about 500 Fahrenheit, and I probably won't even have to fight any of them. In fact, I'll keep everyone stationed out here except for Tarmarin, who will get bed rest, but I don't even think they're going to be able to make it into my base. And this is why I don't over-engineer these fire mazes, because they really don't require over-engineering, because all it takes is a few barricades and, like, these guys are cooked. If I had a little bit more time to set more fires, it would have been impassable, completely, impossibly impassable. Warg Doctoring, that's a good call. Let me double check on them. They're fine. Oh, now it's glowing. They're so screwed. Kirby, what are you doing? So some of them are making it in, but like certainly not healthy enough to really pose much of a threat to the colony. So one raid group just fled, and now we could just essentially have target practice on the remaining that do trickle in. And it's actually maybe useful for them to trickle in, and why it's useful is it allows me to take prisoners a little bit easier, because going into this maze is going to be pretty impossible to do given the heat. But yep, they are all fleeing. I would say that maze is designed to spec perfectly. So Damien... Oh, maybe someone with a shield belt. Go capture Basulo. Whatever his name is. With shield belt so I don't get friendly fired. Oh! Hey, who wants some roasted clam? Oh, don't hit my door. That's just rude. Robots, you are... Recharge. Y'all reset. And let's go stop them from messing with the doors. So if you did want to be able to go enter this maze and put the fires out, you just break one little wall section and the whole thing becomes outdoors, and you can put the fire out and prevent drugs or whatever else from decaying. So there. Now it's ambient temperature. Add a little home zone. And then if I have fires, where is my... Well, if I have wounded people... Oh, you're already up and working. Cool. So the Metabot is already tending to the... But pretty much no one survived this heat. So we're only in here to try to conserve as many barricades as I can. Actually, you know what? Don't even bother. Just let them burn. Oops. Sorry, Sky. On a bit of a daze. Yeah, the barricades are really cheap and quick to replace. And then the doors that I have installed here are not flammable, so it is perfect. Is it worthwhile to clean the pollution? Probably. But, like, if I leave the pollution out here, one of the advantages is any waste pack infestations are likely to be triggered out here, because it's a bigger pollution zone than what I have in the base. So I might just leave it. And there you go. Fire trap galore. Very, very easy. Very, very effective. Grab the bugs for free fuel? I could, but it's not free. The distance that I have to travel to grab bugs is pretty prohibitive, right? I have to run across the map. So that's something that I would only really consider doing with my robots or something. So I'll set up a dumping stockpile for fresh insectoid corpses that are only mega spiders because they're more meat dense. But I don't want to tie up my regular colonists hauling for that long because that's just too much work. It's not worth doing. Feed the wargs? Oh, the wargs have plenty of food. Wargs are fine. They have all of these corpses. Oh, all these bodies burned up. Didn't realize there was a fire out there. Well, I guess I did set the fire with the Diabolus. I just forgot about that. The avoid zone doesn't need to be avoided anymore because there's no threat. So I'll uncap the mechs. Let them go wherever. And then once this fire is fully burned out, I'll replace the wall section and then put the barricades back. The ones that burned up. Easy peasy. Obviously, this doesn't work for sappers or breachers because they're going to naturally want to avoid these areas, but look at how easy it is for me to reset it. Pretty dang easy. Doesn't get much lazier than that. So that's, again, why I don't bother to over-engineer. Because keep it simple, stupid. You know, KISS principle. Keep it simple. It worked. Only 3 ever made it through, and that's only because I set the fires late. If I set the fires early, none of them, I think, would have made it through unless they were somehow, like, fire-resistant in their genes, which Impids are, but certainly Neanderthals are not. Would make sense to have a wood shelf, yeah. So I'll put a wood shelf down here. So that we don't have to haul piecemeal. It's crazy you just started reading about KISS principle in PDF. Yeah, I read about KISS principle when I took college courses. I think it was manufacturing production control or something like that. I forget exactly, but keep it simple, stupid. So all these bedrooms are now slightly impressive, so I definitely did that. And you guys wanted armor sets, so so I will get armor sets going. I don't have the limbs for Japheth the Loyal yet, so I'm going to kick Diamond off of the bench so that Klein can finish the 2 limbs, and then we'll put a regen cycle on for Japheth. Let's see. Rise, will you paint for me? So these wargs are here for only 15 more hours, and I'm pretty sure I kept them all very healed. All of their blood rot is like 1% or less. Some 10%ers, but you know, that's nowhere near fatal. And a lot of jade for art, yes. So when Japheth the Loyal becomes a better artist, I can start to designate the jade for art. I don't want to waste the jade for bad art, so that's definitely a waste, so some training required, but absolutely there's an opportunity to be had there. And then the reason I often have 2 mazes is so that if you have back-to-back raids, you can just use the other side. So the other side is sort of redundancy, so that if it takes you a while to reset a maze, you still have other mazes to rely upon. And there's just doors to flip. So if I want to use the other maze, all I have to do is open this door, open that door, and the other maze is a valid path into the base. I think most of the bugs probably bled or burned. How many bugs did? 0. Okay. Yep. No bugs. One of the reasons for a second mortar is to get EMPs. So if a mech cluster has a high shield that stops you from mortaring it, you can EMP the high shield and then get a mortar shot into it. And the other things you really have to remember with this setup is do not use flammable doors, because then your trap will break and open up on its own. So that's the big no-no. The most important principle of these traps is that you have to keep the heat in. Would it be worth it to add coolers to freeze the fire maze? No. Because even if you manage to freeze the fire maze, which you would require such a mind-bogglingly ridiculous amount of coolers, I'm talking like 100, it's not going to put the fires out, so the corpses are still going to burn. It's just the room will be not heat strokeable. So, yeah, there's no point in doing that. If you don't want the loot to be lost, you could use fire foam poppers. Oh, we are going to have warg puppies after all. I'm probably going to gift them to my neighbor that I have an alliance with. And coolers are also flammable, so and they're also very, very vulnerable. They're easy to break, so it would just be a huge vulnerability in the maze for no... Basically, just don't do it. I think I've already drilled the point home that it's completely unfeasible. Oh, even more warg puppies. Oh boy. So I guess we know their gestation period is like... How long was this quest for? 11 days? Yep. So the ones that got pregnant immediately are now popping. It's free alliance material. Could be worse. It's not like I don't have food for them. I have corpses full of food. And I believe those animals inherit the zoning that their parents had. Yeah. So the babies are being born and assigned to Warg's zone. So, JFed, you're done biotuning to this. Let's go ahead and get you your left shoulder, right leg. Make sure that the floor is clean. Foxes, what are you running from? Oh, there's some bugs left. There's still one spillipede down here as well. Shield. Shield, where are you? Oh, right, the new guys. So, what are you? Sickly abrasive? Yeah, definitely don't want you as a colonist. So we will... Basculo, you're going through the scanner. And then Shield, you are going to be assigned to recharge. Because I don't really need you right now. So here's the shuttle that has arrived for all the wargs. Really? All the way out there? Oh, that's just rude. Really too heavy for the shuttle? How am I going to do this? I'll set to auto load. Maybe that will work. Uh-oh. That would suck. It's just like, oh, whoops. You don't have enough carry weight. And I'm going to high priority haul everyone. So they haul the wargs before I get even more warg babies. No! Just haul. There we go. And then any wargs that left are going to go into a transport pod and sent to my allies. I am not interested in training wargs. Maybe back in RimWorld 1.2 when wargs should be trained to haul and rescue, but now that they're just attack dogs, big not interested. And I think you're right. It wouldn't... Well, it's so rare that we have ships that bother to land here that, like, I don't think a landing pad is necessary, but I'll make one anyway. There. Just because you suggested it. Okay. 9 advanced components and infant chem reactor. So the chem reactor, I am going to want to install somewhere like safe-ish. Yeah, maybe there. Where the transport pods are. And here comes my exotic goods that I called in. And a Tarmarin work frenzy. Nice. So current priority is no longer to pet sick wargs. It's the res serum quest. And make cat helmets and locust armor. So with all the new advanced components that I just got bequeathed, I can get to that. Oh, you have more surgeries to do, friend. Make this with diamond. Did cat helmets have ears on them? Nope. It's just I'm lazy and didn't type out cataphract. Also not lazy because I am character limit on that. All right. We are going to carry you to a bioregion cycle to get rid of that gunshot wound in your chest. And it looks like I managed to get 1 mega spider. Yeah, okay. It's not the abundant wealth that you were hoping for, I am sure, but I'll butcher it. And then over here, make chem fuel from organics, forever out of insect meat. There are mods. There are style mods. I think it's Ambalist that adds cat ears to the cataphract helmet. Scorpio, Peter, Bryce, Basulo, Rexy. Okay. Rexy, Bryce, Peter, Basculo is a prisoner, and Scorpio. And then I'll probably preach health to Bryce, because Bryce has the weakest immune system, but that's on a 20-hour cooldown. So Diamond, you have more work to do. Do we just tend Rexy without meds? Oh, well, you're a guest. Oh, well. Yeah, 1 boom rat burned up and killed all, wiped out all the bugs. Yes. Yes, it did. Okay, this trap is all reset. A little ugly, but we don't hang out in there. Bryce, you're still probably best trade price improvement, but I'll double check. 18 versus, I'm sure it's higher. 26. Okay, so you're coming out of bed for a quick trade. Sidal plus strong shooting. Well, that's not bad. Strong shooting is not great shooting, so it's a +4, not plus, not a +8. But that's... I might want to buy that. I can also get rid of the warg puppies, true. It's too bad there aren't archite capsules, because I can't install that deathless without one. They don't even want the warg puppies, because this is... Oh, no, they do. Okay, cool. I'm going to buy another animal pulsar. And then... I'll buy the Sidal plus shooting. Trying to think of what I can ditch. Maybe I won't ditch anything. Yeah, it's good enough. So I don't have enough money to cover this transaction, so I will fork over some gold. And there we go. Let's bank that. That actually could be something good to implant in Peter. The Sidal plus shooting, because Peter's the only Impid that doesn't have... oh, you know, I had the better immunity. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until I scan... the improved immune systems of the Neanderthal and keep it to implant that into Peter. So Peter is everybody else in the colony, for the most part, already has a xenogerm. So, for instance, Bryce only has a strong social xenogerm, which I'd be happy to overwrite. Tarmarin has one. You know, I made xenogerms for everybody, but except for Peter, because I was waiting for there to be better genes for Peter to inherit. Unfortunately, I parted with the strong immunity, thinking that I didn't need it, but Peter does need it, because the Impids' default immunity is weak. So I'd love to override that with strong, so that when Bryce or Peter gets sick, it's not like it's not touch and go. It's a lot easier to recover from. 16 more days on the Res Serum quest. Another thing I might want to do, knowing that the Res Serum quest is coming, is I am going to want better bedrooms. So this was always supposed to be barracks. Poor social Hulk body. Oh, all right. Not what I wanted, but okay. And you're going to need to be taken to a bed. Poor social Hulk body. I should sell... No, poor social. Do I already have poor social? I don't. So I'll keep it, because that's a really good positive gene to outweigh negative ones. Because I only really care about social on like 2 people in the colony, which is Klein and Bryce. Everybody else's social doesn't matter at all. And Bryce can be re-germed in just 3.5 days. So I can cook up a new xenogerm for both my Impids if I can get strong immunity. And hopefully one of these Neanderthals will give that up to me, because I have 6 Neanderthals, so it's probably only a matter of time. Sky, I'm going to put you on wardening as a 4 priority, because you never sleep, so allows me to bring them to the bed. My cooking robot was recharging so long, we ran out of meals. I think Diamond and Peter are both set to cook, but Peter's bedridden. And Diamond's really busy caring for everybody. Oh, speaking about caring for everybody, let's get rid of these corpse stockpiles. And then add this all back to home zone so it's not gross and nasty. So there's going to be a lot of corpses to burn. Is there any reason I wouldn't scan my own colonists? So there's penalties to scan. So if you take a look at my genes harvested, makes them upset. So I'd be running the risk of upsetting the people that go into the scanner. So it's just a choice that I could, but like I don't want to do that to them. I don't want to needlessly make them upset. Where's my vacuum? Where is my vacuum? Where is Kirby? Oh, cleaning up the kitchen. Okay, that's where you're needed most, so that's fine. How's the armor sets coming? Totally not. So Locust armor here requires 120 plasteel spare. I have that. Let me take a look at Diamond. He's currently making components, so I'm missing something from this. I'm missing components. Also, speaking about components, didn't I have... What happened to my advanced components? Did they burn up somehow? Or did I... No, you know what? I have 10 in the stock room. I probably just stacked them. Alright, Tarmarin, I have work for you. We still have like 30 bodies left to burn. Rise, why are you out of bed? You're in bed rest 1. That means you don't leave the bed. In fact, I'm going to kick Rexy out, who's only a guest, who can die of no consequence, and put Rise in here in the hospital bed with the vitals monitor. Is everyone set to halt priority 1? They were, and they're not anymore. That's when I was just trying to get the shuttle loaded full of wargs, and I forgot to take that off. Bodies are a real problem. Because I have so many haulers, what I could do with the bodies instead of burn them in batches is to make crematoriums and have the hauler robots be the only ones allowed to cremate. And given that I have 4 haul bots, 4 lifter bots, like that's a pretty viable solution. I just haven't done it because this is still pretty easy, right? I can just drop them off and burn them once in a while. Really? The flu too? Oh my god. I'm glad that this didn't happen when the wargs were here, because it would have been really difficult to keep them all alive. So Scorpio and Turtle. So Scorpio, you have plague and flu. Ouch. Turtle, Rexy, Klein, Cyber-Eye. Okay. Cyber-Eye, Klein. In fact, everybody just bed rest 1. Whatever. Dear Lord. At least my doctors and Dr. Robot are still able-bodied. So you're having a fun time. You got the flu and the plague. What's next there, Typhoid Mary? I do have plants. I do have heal root planted. So I'm just going to wait patiently for it to be harvestable. I'll stick another heal root spot here in the mud void that the moisture pump left. I also have some space down here, but I'd rather keep my farm behind. That way it's not easily set on fire by raiders. Shield is set to the recharge group. Thank you for that. That is now working. And set behind lines, behind walls. Beacon unusable. Yeah, because I don't have the other beacons built. I actually am going to preach health to Scorpio, because Scorpio has 2 diseases, so it's more bang for my buck than preach health to Bryce. Bryce only has the 1. So even though he has weaker immunity, at least he's not going to hit by plague and flu. Which I'm sure is a lot unpleasant. So I think understandably, the Operation Make New Armor is a little delayed as a result of Randy hit me with the super bug. Here's the Pollux tree's progress. As you can see, it's doing a pretty good job of cleaning up pollution around it. And eventually it will spread out to everything within its radius. Kind of like a moisture pump. Or a pollution pump. So the next gene is regrowed in about 3.4 days. Okay. Pasculo here. Are you going to die of the plague? You might. So I'm going to actually give you herbal just so that I can gene rip you some more. So that you don't die. He's the only one with legs. His legs intact here. Oh, you know, I don't even have heal root anymore. So that was just a manual tend. Hey, Rhadamant. Welcome. How were you enjoying Space Engineers today? And thank you for the raid. Oh, Rexy, you also got double hit. Ouch. You're almost immune to the plague, so it's just going to be the flu now that you have to beat. Good old Randy hit me with the everythings. Does look like Pasculo is going to survive. So Pasculo, once you officially survive, I'm going to peg leg you and then remove it so that you're stumpy. Oh good, my plague-reddened leader is getting punched. We're pretty close to having these bedrooms done, or redone, I should say. And then they'll be a little bit nicer. And once we have the current entombed colonists back, they'll actually have bedrooms that are decent. It does mean that I should also do the end tables here as well. Just like I did on the other bedrooms. Can we vote on a dedicated hospital? That would be other when it comes up for priorities. So you can just vote for other. I'm a little low on meat. I think Foxes is still healthy. And Tarmarin and Sky, so maybe they'll go hunting. There. Raising the priority up. Another fat bench would be yet another other. Yes. So if you want that, vote other. Actually, I'm not low on meat. I'm low on butchering. Let me clear out some of the corpses. Oh, I see what's going on. We had a butchering bugs priority that was put in front. Yeah, because I put it in front. Was put in front of the other butchering, so that's why we weren't butchering animals. So I think this is probably the last bug that we're butchering, and then we can go and start to butcher the animals. And Bryce has already recovered from the plague. That's good. ETA on the mech cluster is sometime in the next 2 weeks. 14 days left on that quest, if you were wondering. And then JFed, I think you have about 1 week left in the pod. Yeah, 6.6 days. Diamonds make some really good room in the butchery for more corpses. So we don't want the butchery to fill up and not have space to haul the bodies, because that makes it really inefficient. I'm going to need to give Diamond a break, or he's about to have a mental break. There we go. And Scorpio's over at 2. Good. So Klein, you're 48 over 27. 40 over 27. 52 over 27. 34 over 32. So Cyber is closer. 38 over 30. 30 over 38. So Cyber Eye is the closest to succumb to flu, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. If it is, I can just kick this up to industrial. Given that it's the success of the 3 Resmec serum is contingent upon keeping him alive, I will increase his medical medicine quality so that I don't lose that quest, because that would be a big problem. Don't want that. Yeah, I would say our food is looking pretty good now. We definitely generate more toxic waste packs than we can clear with 1 Pollux tree. In the future, I could definitely keep an eye out for additional Pollux tree seeds so that we might be able to stop relying upon transport pods for them. I think I would like that. Really? Scorpio? I ran over there to tend to you and you just got out of bed? There we go. Guess it's flu season in December. That does make sense. Scorpio didn't get off of bed rest. It was just that sometimes they get up just to eat. They won't willingly starve to death. And because I have so few doctors, it's a lot of effort for Diamond or Shield to feed all those that are sick, because we have the ratio of doctors to sick are like 8-to-1 or something like that. So they're just stretched a little thin, and food isn't getting delivered in a timely way. So that's why they're getting up. But nobody's in the red. Cyber Eye is in the yellow and should be fine. But nobody's in the red, so it's not really critical that they get up or not. You just when they're bed resting, you just don't want them to get up for like extended periods of time, or you have to intervene. Extended period of time would be something like if they went on a food binge or some other like long mental break. Glad we got that medic bot. Yeah, me too. When Azzy died, our second doctor, it was a big blow to the community, because more than one doctor, and you know, you've at least mitigated some risk. But when you only have one doctor left, the survival of your community rests on the shoulders of just a singular individual is a little risky. This is part of CM color-coded mood bar, the hearts up top, and it denotes the relationships that they're in. So Bryce and Tarmarin are a couple, Peter and Turtle are a couple, and they're random colors to show off the relationships. Sky, I'm gonna have a little favor from you. I have more bodies for you to burn. Archaeologists sometime in the year 6000 will wonder why there's like a mass burial site of Neanderthals in that corner of that mountain. And the answer would be, you know, because it's convenient to burn them there. I think the genes should be regenerating pretty soon. 1.4, 1.5 days. Yep. So pretty soon I'll have more chances of getting strong immunity and to be able to put a xenogerm together for Bryce or Peter. What is Civil working on? You were tailoring. All right, I think I'm gonna allow Civil to, at the end of this component bill, to make components for us. Oh, here's Kirby cleaning up the pollution. Because cleaner bots can do that. They're not very efficient at it, but at least it gets done. Fine, you're on a major break because you're hungry. And I have 152 tox packs laying around, so I think I am going to send another shipment out to Catro. They've been only sending me brawlers, which has been pretty easy, so I'm going to abuse them for how easy it is to get rid of my tox packs. And then hopefully I'll get ahead of it and not have to send more. But now whatever components that I'm getting off the fab bench are going to go to the new pods and not to projects that I'd rather have. Oh well. Okay. Everything left pollution-wise is in the range of this tree. So, given time, that tree will clean up the rest. Checking in on everyone. 95 over 51. You're almost cured. 79 over 52. 93 over 52. Yeah, we're almost in the clear. And then our guest here, who needs to stay alive, pulled ahead as well. So we are good on that front. And these bedrooms are now decent. just like these bedrooms are slightly impressive. The difference is we don't have that cross jade section here, so I'm going to add the cross jade section to this. That way, these bedrooms are not worse, but equivalent. You know, we are equalists in our Legion, I guess. Something like that. I don't know. Believe in equality. That's why we're fighting a xenophobic empire. Also, a really good use of jade, I think. Because it's pretty. Thank you for watching We Are Legion, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 27th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming stream. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. I'll catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Stay safe out there, my fellow Legionnaires.